In this video, we're going to talk about the Live to Ride Impression. It's a twin park board with a flat to rocker profile. This is a buttery soft jib board that still has snap to it. It's one of those decks for the weekend warrior park rat, someone that's just going out and hitting rails, hitting jumps, buttering all over the whole mountain. It's an easy to engage board with a decent side cut and a decent flex pattern. This board features Live to Ride's rocker camber, which is reverse camber between the feet and then camber underfoot. You're gonna notice that reverse camber between the feet. It's not that mellow. It's more of a hybrid camber. So the fact that they call this rocker camber will be misleading. Most people will think that this board is a flat to camber. It's not. It's got independent camber zones. It's gonna be very skate styly in how you pop with it. It's going to be very, very playful. You're going to notice that there's multiple ways to load this camber up. You can be laid back and skate style. You can aggressively load it. You can independently load it. It's just one of those camber profiles that's highly versatile. The impression comes in with just below a middle of the road park flex. It lends itself to being a little more jib capable than charging and hitting jumps. What you get is a smooth, stable platform underneath your feet, right where the camber zones are, and then you get a lot of play out in the tip and the tail. The middle of the board, there's a little bit of flex to it and a decent amount of torsional give to it. This board is stable to a point. You're going to see some chatter out in the tips outside the camber zone, but through those camber zones, you've got a stable platform that doesn't let chatter resonate through it. It doesn't buck you around. It's not going to overflex. This is a board that, you know, if you're cruising a groomer, you're fine. If you're in the park, you're fine. Would I fly through a rutted out mogul field as fast as I can with this thing? Fuck no, I'd die. You would too. That's just how this board is. There's two ways to initiate pop with this board. You can load it up and snap it, or you can be a little more laid back and get that skate style pop from it. It really comes down to how you're riding that day and what you want to do. The snap is ample enough in this that you're going to be able to pop over things, launch side hits, launch off a cat track, you know, just play around, ollie over someone that falls in front of you. But it's not going to be something that you sit there and go, holy fuck, this is the snappiest thing I've ever been on. It's just solid enough. And when it comes to jumps, I'd keep it in the small to medium range. I probably wouldn't hit anything over 30, 35 feet with this board. It's just not designed for it, but it's got solid snap off the lip. It's got a decent amount of stability underfoot, so when you land, you're not going to wash out. Jibbing and buttering is where this board stands out. You can bend, flex, twist it, do whatever you want with it. It bends better than a yoga instructor. This is a board that's got a great sweet spot in the tips that you can get out on top of and really press into and still have snap from those camber zones underfoot. This is a board that when you're buttering, you don't have to worry about it hooking up. You can just flex the board and twist it however you want. And when you're on jibs, it locks in perfectly. If you're going to get sideways, you might get shifted around from that reverse camber between the feet, so you're going to find that you're locked in more under your front or back foot, not between the feet, but just go with it. You'll be fine. You're not going to die. Yes, this board is a little bit softer. You're going to overpower it if you really want to drive it through a carve. But with that said, it engages its edge easily. It locks in really well right underfoot, especially where those camber zones are. You don't have to worry about it. And that center flex, you can drive this board however you want. You will hit a limit with it. You could get it to wash out. I never did, but I never pushed it to that far. I know I could. So this is a board that you can set it up on edge. You can come off your edge when you're popping, stuff like that. You can rail a carve here or there with your friends. You know, it'll have solid edge hold. I'd recommend this board for the park guy that hits the smaller stuff, you know, just like dorking around, playing around with his friends, but occasionally will get a little wily or gnarly. In my opinion, this is the best board in the Live to Ride lineup that I tested. Now, with that said, I know the factory that this is coming out of, and it really reminded me of the Monument FVK, which was a board that I had a lot of fun on, jibbing, just playing around with, and it seems to come from the same mold and has the same materials to it, so it was a very familiar ride for me to get on, and I knew right away that I was going to like this. This is a board for just playing around, dorking around with your friends, you know, just going out, tail tapping things, hitting rails, rocking the dad park, maybe going into the medium line from time to time, hitting the mini pipe, laying a few carves, you know, just sending it with the boys. If you're going to leave an impression on someone, you want to make sure that it's a board like this. And these are other boards that stack up and are comparable to it from other brands that aren't Live to Ride. The Flow Era, the Weston Timber, the GNU Space Case, the Dinosaurs Will Die Larson, the Rome Blackjack, the Marhar Half-Breed. Remember to comment, share, subscribe, and like this video. That way you can see all the relevant or irrelevant snowboarding content that we're putting out for you guys. So smash that bell down below, that way you're getting a notification, and I'll see you guys in another video. If you've been enjoying all these product reviews and you haven't been buying through our affiliate program, which is down there, why don't you check out our Patreon? This is a great way for you to get involved with us. There's some great rewards on there, and it helps fund us so we can do more product reviews for you guys that enjoy what we're doing.